Hey, Buddy Manning here from the Auerbach Center with Jordan Walsh. Off your first start of the season, how did it go? How did it feel? Not the first start of your career, but feels like a milestone moment in your career to be able to get out there and make an impact in rotation minutes with the other starters.
Um, yeah, I mean, for sure, it's definitely an honor. I think it was messed up that in the starting lineup, my name wasn't mentioned on the jumbotron.
Did you notice?
Of course, I noticed. That's why I didn't stand up, and I didn't even walk through it. I was like, all right. But besides that, I mean, being able to play, being able to get a chance to impact the game from the start is obviously huge, and something I don't take for granted.
Is that like something you use to get yourself going, like something like that? Like, does that kind of fire you up? Like, even though it was obviously a mistake, but like, what was your reaction to it?
To starting or to
To the mistake in the jumbotron thing.
I was more just kind of like it was kind of fuel for me, honestly.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of like, all right, I took it in a way where it was like not disrespect, but as like just fuel, Like I was like, all right, cool. It was just added motivation for me to go out and play harder.
Yeah, and I remember back when you got here, one of the first things you said was, I can't wait to play with Jalen, Jayson, be able to impact the game alongside those guys, fit in with those guys. Now into year 3, I mean, obviously Jason's hurt, but you're playing alongside Jalen, you're fitting in, you're making that impact next to him. Like, is this what you pictured when you first got to the league, being able to do this kind of stuff?
Yeah, of course. I don't think that a lot of guys picture themselves coming into the league and like not playing or like sitting on the sides or like only playing garbage time. So I think everybody who comes into the league has a vision. I think my vision was I didn't know it was going to be with the Celtics. I didn't know if it was going to be a JT or JB. I just knew that I wanted to come in and I wanted to make an impact, whether that's wherever that is. And luckily, it ended up in Boston. I ended up in a group full of great guys with the best organization. And so obviously, I'm so thankful and happy for that. But the picture was always to come in and make an impact any way that I can, every night that I can.
Did you have doubts about whether it was going to be here?
I had no clue, to be honest. I mean, I know that my Boston workout went really well. I know that they liked me, and I knew that there was a chance, but I didn't know that I was going to end up here. But once I did end up here, then like after being here for so long, I think that this is the perfect place for me to have landed.
Yeah, what makes you say that?
I think one, this is an organization that takes pride in developing younger guys. It's not an organization where they'll draft you and then throw you to the side. Like, they understand that I was a project the first 2 years. They understand that it was a process and that it was a build, and that they weren't going to see results right away. So them having the patience and the grind to see it through till year 3, and now to give me the opportunity, I think is one of the reasons that makes it a really good organization for a young guy like me to end up at.
Yeah, and I was talking to Nimi yesterday. I was wondering, all right, well, Jason's out. What's he doing? Like, is he talking to you guys? Is he giving you advice? Is he coaching you up? And he said he's been in your ear a lot, telling you to be a killer, trying to fire you up and that sort of stuff. Like, what kind of things has he been telling you from the bench, from the sideline, while he's been out and traveling with the team?
I mean, a lot of it is just like in the moment stuff. Like, take your shots, look to be aggressive. He feels like some of the times I'm not even looking at the rim to try to go and attack. I'm just looking for the next pass. So he's been in my ear to tell me to be aggressive, look at the rim, take the shots, take the opportunity, because you could take it and then you could succeed in it, and then now it becomes something that you can do regularly. And so just stuff like that.
Yeah, and when we were talking over the summer, big thing for you seemed like not to be putting too many expectations on yourself. Like, maybe you did going into the second summer league. You said you didn't want to do that going into Vegas this year. So that's like, would you say that's the biggest thing you've improved at mentally since getting into the NBA, is like not putting that pressure on yourself? Or is it something else you feel like has allowed you to take the next step in your career?
I think that opportunity is a big part of it.
Yeah.
I think offensively, obviously, building confidence in myself is a big part of it, but I feel like confidence also comes with opportunity. It comes with the playing. Like, yeah, you can shoot a million shots every day in practice, but until you get those shots in the game, it's like, all right, you don't know what you're going to do in the moment. So I think that's the biggest part for sure. Obviously, summer league's competitive. All these runs are competitive, but there's nothing like being in the game and getting it through the game. And I think that now that I'm having a chance to go out and show it and play, it's like people are surprised. And I don't think that the surprise is. I don't think that it should be a surprise, knowing that I haven't, had a chance to portray anything in a game situation yet. So I think definitely being able to play and having that opportunity is a big part for sure.
How do you feel like you handled the beginning of the year, when you weren't getting the minutes? And, this was going to be the year, right? You look at it, a lot of guys left, there's opportunity here, and you still weren't playing at that point. Like, were you confident that it would come around, or did you start to have some doubt? Like, what was that, couple weeks there like before you did enter the rotation?
I stayed confident. Like Joe said it, taking the daily grind, it's never stopped. Like, out here working out after practice, I'm doing every optional, everything. I'm lifting as often as possible. Like, I'm not taking any chance that I can be in here working, I'm doing it. And I'm going hard and I'm doing the most that I can. And I think that's what got me ready for the opportunity.
How did you hear that you were going to be starting the other night?
I saw it on the starting sheet, the matchups
so
board.
Joe he doesn't come to you, he doesn't say anything, you just see it on the sheet?
Mm-hmm.
So what's that like? Are you guys going to see the sheet every day and just like oh, this guy's starting? Like, you just have no idea?
So it's more of a PowerPoint. So like when we meet before a game, it's on the PowerPoint, the matchups, and you just see your name up there and it's like, oh, all right, cool.
So were you excited? Like, what was your emotion when you saw that?
I was shocked. I was shocked 'cause I didn't expect it, but obviously once that initial shock went away of like, oh, I'm starting, all right, cool, let me lock in. Then it was like, all right, now how do I maintain it for as long as possible? What did I do to get here, and then how do I keep it?
Yeah, and in terms of how you're succeeding on the court through these early stretches here, like, what are you trying to focus on out there? Where do you feel like you're having success? Where do you feel like you still need to get better out there through the first week or two?
I think I need to get better at everything, every part of my game, to be honest. I don't think any part of my game is solid, is good enough to where I want to be at. I think that my success has obviously come from defense. I think that it's easier to guard and take away and make a guy play the way you want them to play when you know exactly what they want to do. And so going into every game knowing exactly what the counters are, exactly what they could possibly do, exactly what plays they run, is what has brought me success. Just studying the game more.
You're big with the tendencies.
Yeah, huge. Because that's the thing. Like, if for example, Tyrese Maxey wants to go right, and I make him go left and shoot a spin fadeaway jumper, like, I win. Even if he makes it, I win. Our team wins. So it's like knowing what he wants to do and then making him do the exact opposite.
Last question I got for you. Al was a big part of your, development early in your career. Drew, like, these are the guys who, helped you find your footing in the NBA. Obviously, all of them left over the summer. A lot of them left. Like, what has it been like to kind of find your footing this year with those guys not there to be in your year? Like, does it feel like it's a big hole, or have other guys stepped up as mentors for you? Like, what's that dynamic been like?
Yeah, so now we have our oldest guy is Chris, 31. So the dynamic is different. The leadership is different. He's, in the world's view, he's a younger guy, and obviously in basketball, he's kind of more of an OG, more of an older guy. But nobody's that Al. Like, we don't have that Al anymore. Like, Luke Cornett was younger, but like, we don't have a Luke Cornett anymore. Chris Dabbs, like, all these guys lead in different ways that were missing. But I think being with them the first 2 years of my career helped me build a solid enough foundation to be able to have something to fall back on when times are rough, or when times are going good, or when times are just stagnant. Always having something that, like, no matter what happens, I'm going to be in here, whatever they do, 8 in the morning, 6 in the morning, whatever it is, I'm going to be in here and do that every day no matter what. So I know if I go through a slump, then it's not my preparation. If I go through a super high, it's not my preparation. It's something else, and then that can be fixed from that point on.
He's Jordan Walsh. First start of the season. I won't call it first NBA start, but a big milestone for you this week. Congratulations, and good luck with the rest of the season here.
Thank you so much.
you.